Why do some companies thrive and make huge leaps, while others, despite their best efforts, get stuck in the same place? What's the difference between those businesses that seem unstoppable and the ones that can't break through? The answer is not about luck, timing, or resources. It's about applying the right principles. And if you're struggling to make that leap from good to great, this video is for you. If you are running a business or leading a team, you know what it feels like to put in the hours, stay up late solving problems, and still not see the breakthrough you're hoping for. Maybe your company is doing okay, but it's not thriving. You're wondering, what's the missing piece? Well, what if I told you that the most successful companies don't leave it to chance? They follow a specific formula for success. They don't just work harder, they work smarter, using principles that have been proven to take companies from good to great. In Good to Great, why some companies make the leap and others don't, Jim Collins dives into what sets the truly great companies apart from those that are stuck at good. The companies that made the leap didn't have a secret formula for success. They followed a set of principles that transformed their approach to business. And that's what we're going to explore today. If you've ever felt like your business is just getting by, doing okay but not excelling, you're not alone. Many businesses face this exact same struggle. You work hard, you make the right decisions, but still something isn't clicking. You're doing the same things as companies that are thriving, but the growth just isn't there. This is where Jim Collins' research in Good to Great comes in. Through years of in-depth analysis, Collins discovered that companies that made the leap from good to great did it by applying a very specific set of principles, not by relying on luck or chance. So what makes these companies different? It's about making smarter, more strategic choices, choosing to prioritize long-term growth over short-term gains, building the right team, and making consistent, focused decisions. The problem is, most businesses get stuck because they don't have a clear framework for making that leap. They may focus on growth, but without the right strategies, growth becomes hard to sustain. You might be thinking, I've tried everything. What's the missing piece? The missing piece is the right principles. Principles that are not just theoretical, but backed by research and real-world examples. In Good to Great, Collins shows that the most successful companies don't just chase every new opportunity or jump on the latest trend. Instead, they focus on doing a few things well and building scalable systems that keep growing even when they're not actively involved. The problem isn't working harder or longer. The problem is not applying the right principles consistently. Section 2. Key Principle Number 1. Introduction to the authors. Framework. Jim Collins is a respected business consultant, author, and researcher who has spent years studying what makes some companies go from good to great. His book, Good to Great: Why Some Companies Make the Leap and Others Don't, isn't just a theoretical exploration. It's based on over 5 years of research and analysis. Collins and his team studied 1,435 companies over a period of 40 years to identify the factors that separated companies that sustained greatness from those that didn't. Collins' work has had a massive impact on business leaders, managers, and entrepreneurs worldwide. He didn't just look at companies that were successful for a year or two. He studied companies that achieved long-term, sustained success. He wanted to know, what did these companies do that others didn't? How did they get to that point, and how did they stay there? The core principle Collins identifies as essential for making the leap from good to great is Level 5 leadership. This principle is foundational, and without it, the others would be much harder to apply. But what does Level 5 leadership mean? At the heart of this concept is a kind of leadership that combines humility with professional will. A combination of personal humility and unwavering commitment to the company's long-term success. What is Level 5 leadership? Let's break down Level 5 leadership a bit more. What makes a Level 5 leader different from other leaders? First, they don't seek fame or recognition. In fact, most Level 5 leaders are known for their humility. They don't want the limelight. They want the company to succeed. They are incredibly driven, but this drive isn't for personal gain. It's about seeing the company succeed and knowing they are part of a bigger vision. Collins found that companies that had a Level 5 leader at the helm were able to achieve sustained greatness, while others with more charismatic or outwardly assertive leaders stagnated or failed. This combination of humility and fierce determination is a rare blend, but it's exactly what these companies needed to move from being good to truly great. Level 5 leaders are willing to make the hard decisions that might not make them popular, but will set the company up for long-term success. They are focused on building a strong, capable organization that can function and thrive without relying on the leader's constant presence or charisma. They're not looking for short-term results or quick wins. Their focus is on creating systems and processes that will enable the business to sustain its success long after they're gone. For Level 5 leaders, the company is more important than their personal fame or legacy. Why is Level 5 leadership essential? So why is this concept of Level 5 leadership so critical for long-term success? Well, according to Collins's research, greatness doesn't come from one exceptional leader. It comes from a group of leaders who prioritize the business's future above their personal ambitions. These leaders put the company's goals first and create a culture where others can step up and take charge. Level 5 leaders are humble enough to acknowledge that no one person can drive the company to greatness. They focus on building a team that shares the same values and has the skills to take the company forward. They surround themselves with strong people who can do the job better than they can, and they let those people lead. This kind of leadership creates a lasting culture of success. Humility, when combined with the professional will to do whatever it takes for the company to succeed, becomes a powerful force. It means making decisions that might not be popular in the short term, but will pay off in the long run. It means building something bigger than yourself, and it means ensuring that the company can continue to thrive even without you at the helm. Collins's research shows that the companies who sustained greatness over time were those led by Level 5 leaders who set aside their egos, trusted in their teams, and made decisions for the long-term success of the organization. These leaders weren't chasing personal accolades. They were creating a foundation for future success. In practical terms, this means that Level 5 leaders focus on building great people, fostering a culture where everyone in the company can contribute, and ensuring the organization can continue to function without the need for constant intervention from the top. It's not about being the loudest person in the room. It's about making the toughest decisions for the long-term benefit of the company. Why Level 5 leadership matters. Level 5 leadership is at the heart of good to great, and it's the first principle Collins outlines as essential for making the leap to greatness. It's about leadership that is driven by a vision for the company's future, rather than personal glory. By embracing humility and unwavering will, these leaders built organizations that could sustain success far beyond their tenure. If you want to take your business from good to great, the first step is to embrace the Level 5 leadership mindset. Start focusing on the long-term vision, build a strong team, and create a culture of collaboration and sustained effort. The foundation of great companies lies in leadership that understands success isn't about individual recognition. It's about building something that lasts. Certainly, here's Section 3, Key Principle Number 2, the framework in action, approx. 1,200 to 1,500 words, without scene shifts or narrative cues. The focus is on actionable steps and real-world applications. Section 3, Key Principle Number 2, the framework in action. The second key principle from good to great is about getting the right people on the bus and the wrong people off the bus. This principle revolves around the idea that the foundation of any successful organization is not just the right leadership or strategy, but also having the right team in place. The power of having the right people cannot be overstated. If your team isn't aligned with your vision and goals, your chances of achieving greatness are limited. Actionable steps. 1. Start with who, not what. One of the most powerful insights Collins provides is that successful companies don't start with a strategy. They start by getting the right people on board. The who comes before the what. If you don't have the right people, no matter how great your strategy is, it will be difficult, if not impossible, to execute. Focus on hiring people who align with your values and vision. Look beyond their resumes and past accomplishments. The key is ensuring that they share your passion, have the right mindset, and possess the core values that will drive the company forward. When you focus on hiring people who are a good cultural and value fit, You'll spend less time managing or micromanaging them. They'll already understand the vision and be motivated to contribute. 2. Get the right people in the right roles. Not all great employees fit into every role. Even if you have a team full of talented individuals, some may not be in positions where they can thrive. It's crucial to understand not just who the right people are, but also where they will add the most value to your organization. Evaluate the strengths of each team member and place them in positions where they can excel. Ensure they are working on tasks and projects that align with their unique skill sets. When people are in the right roles, their performance will soar, and the organization as a whole will benefit. 3. Don't hesitate to remove the wrong people. This step can be difficult, but it's essential. Collins notes that great companies are ruthless about getting the wrong people off the bus. Even if someone is talented, if they're not a good fit for the company's culture or the role, they can be a drag on the organization's success. Removing underperforming or misaligned team members early on is critical to long-term success. It's not just about firing people who don't fit. It's about protecting the culture, momentum, and future success of the company. When you remove the wrong people, you make room for the right ones. It's a difficult decision, but it's necessary for achieving greatness. 4. Build a culture of accountability. Once you have the right people on your team, the next step is ensuring that there's a culture of accountability. High-performing organizations don't just tolerate mistakes or poor performance. They create an environment where accountability is built into every layer of the organization. Employees must feel responsible for their individual contributions and understand how their work impacts the broader goals of the company. This accountability doesn't mean micromanaging. Instead, it means creating a system where people understand their roles, the expectations of them, and how they are held accountable. When employees feel accountable, they take more ownership of their work and contribute more effectively to the success of the business. 5. Foster a culture of open communication. Communication is one of the cornerstones of any great team. To ensure that the right people are aligned with your goals, it's essential that there is open and honest communication at all levels. Team members should feel comfortable voicing concerns, offering suggestions, and discussing their ideas. Leaders need to create an environment where employees feel empowered to communicate openly, whether it's feedback on company direction, suggestions for improvement, or identifying potential problems. Open communication fosters transparency, builds trust, and helps the team work together toward common goals. Real-world example. Let's look at an example of Apple under the leadership of Steve Jobs. Apple is one of the most iconic examples of a company that followed the principle of getting the right people on the bus. Jobs didn't just hire the best engineers or designers. He hired people who were passionate about his vision and were driven to create products that could change the world. When Jobs returned to Apple in the late 1990s, he didn't waste time with complex strategies or new product launches. He focused on building the right team. People who were not just good at what they did, but shared his drive for excellence and innovation. Once Jobs got the right people in place, he empowered them to take risks, think creatively, and make decisions without being bogged down by bureaucracy. Additionally, Jobs famously made tough decisions about removing people who didn't align with his vision. It's said that he was ruthless in his hiring and firing practices, ensuring that only the most aligned and capable individuals were at Apple. This commitment to having the right people in place was one of the driving forces behind the company's monumental success. Hypothetical scenario. Imagine you're running a small tech startup. You've built a great product, but you're struggling to take your company to the next level. You've got a team, but things just aren't clicking. The first step is to evaluate whether you have the right people on the bus. Start by looking at your team members. Are they motivated? Do they share the same values and vision for the company? Are they performing at their highest level? If you find someone who isn't fully aligned with the company's culture, it might be time to have a difficult conversation. It's not about eliminating talent. It's about ensuring that everyone is contributing to the larger mission of the company. Once you've identified your core team, focus on making sure they're in the right roles. If you have someone who excels at customer service, but is stuck handling technical issues, it's time to make a change. Give them the opportunity to work in their strengths and free up their time for the tasks that truly leverage their skills. Then make sure everyone is accountable for their work. Create clear, measurable goals for each department and individual. Regularly check in with your team to ensure they're on track and have the support they need to achieve those goals. Foster a culture of collaboration where team members are not afraid to speak up, share feedback, or help each other grow. Why this principle is crucial for long-term success. This principle is just about hiring the best people. It's about ensuring that those people are the right fit for your business culture and vision. The foundation of a great company is built on strong leadership, but it's the people who truly make the difference. The right people can elevate your business, challenge your ideas, and push the company toward greatness. The wrong people can drag everything down, even if they are technically skilled. By focusing on getting the right people on the bus and the wrong people off, you ensure that your business has the foundation needed to scale. It's not about hiring the best talent for every role. It's about hiring people who are aligned with your vision and creating a team that is collaborative, motivated, and committed to success. The second principle from good to great is essential for building a strong, sustainable business. It's about getting the right people on the bus and ensuring they are in the right roles. By removing the wrong people early on, fostering accountability, and creating a culture of open communication, you lay the foundation for greatness. This principle doesn't just apply to hiring. It's about building a team that can grow with the company and contribute to long-term success. By consistently applying this principle, you'll create an organization that is not only capable of achieving greatness, but is also built to sustain it over time. The right team, working together toward a shared vision, is the driving force behind any great company. Section 4. Key principle number 3. Overcoming common obstacles. The journey from good to great is not without its obstacles. Even the most successful companies and individuals face fears, doubts, and roadblocks that can derail progress. However, what separates those who make the leap from good to great from those who remain stuck is their ability to confront and overcome these obstacles. In Good to Great, Jim Collins discusses several key misconceptions and fears that hold people back. Let's explore these common obstacles and look at how you can overcome them in your own pursuit of greatness. Common misconceptions or fears. 1. Fear of failure. One of the most significant roadblocks to taking action is the fear of failure. This is especially true for entrepreneurs and business leaders who may feel that failure means the end of their business or career. Many people hesitate to take risks, pursue new ideas, or change direction because they are afraid of failing. The fear of failure can be paralyzing and keep you from making the bold decisions necessary to create something great. But here's the truth. Failure is part of the process. The companies that make the leap from good to great don't get everything right from the start. They fail, they make mistakes, and they learn from them. Failure doesn't define your future, it shapes your ability to learn and adapt. Think of companies like Apple and Amazon. Both faced major setbacks in their early years. Apple was once on the verge of bankruptcy, and Amazon initially struggled to turn a profit. Yet these companies didn't give up when they failed. They used failure as a stepping stone. The key is to keep pushing forward, learning from mistakes, and using that knowledge to improve. 2. Fear of the unknown and uncertainty. Another obstacle is the fear of the unknown. When making the leap from good to great, business leaders often have to venture into unfamiliar territory. This could involve taking a risk on a new product, entering a new market, or changing the business model altogether. The fear of uncertainty can prevent you from making these critical decisions. However, uncertainty is an inherent part of growth. If you're waiting for a perfect, risk-free opportunity to present itself, you'll be waiting forever. The companies that made the leap from good to great embraced uncertainty, analyzed it, and took calculated risks. They didn't avoid challenges. They sought them out and learned how to navigate them. 3. Imposter syndrome. Many entrepreneurs and business leaders experience imposter syndrome. The feeling that they're not qualified or capable of leading their company to greatness. They may feel like they don't deserve success or that they'll eventually be exposed as frauds. This self-doubt can prevent individuals from stepping up, taking action, and making important decisions. Imposter syndrome is especially prevalent among high achievers, but it doesn't have to stop you from reaching greatness. Confidence is built through action. The more you take the right steps, the more you'll realize that you are capable of leading your company to success. Leaders who suffer from imposter syndrome often push through their insecurities by focusing on their purpose and the people they are leading, rather than obsessing over their own perceived inadequacies. 4. Complacency and comfort with good enough. A less talked about obstacle is complacency. Many companies reach a point where they are doing well enough. They're making money, they're getting positive feedback, and they're stable. However, that feeling of comfort can be dangerous. When companies get complacent and stop striving for greatness, they risk losing their competitive edge. The companies that made the leap to greatness didn't stop when things were good enough. They kept pushing for better, they kept refining their processes, and they kept striving for more. Complacency leads to stagnation, while the pursuit of greatness requires continuous improvement, innovation, and a constant reevaluation of goals and strategies. Solutions and reassurance. Now that we've addressed some of the key obstacles that can hold you back from moving from good to great, it's important to understand that overcoming these fears and challenges is part of the journey. Here are some solutions and reassurances to help you move past these roadblocks. 1. Embrace failure as part of the process. If failure is holding you back, remind yourself that failure is feedback, not a final verdict. Every time you fail, you learn something valuable that brings you closer to your goal. No successful business leader or entrepreneur has avoided failure. They've learned from it, adapted, and persevered. When faced with failure, don't ask yourself, what went wrong? Instead, ask, what can I learn from this? And how can I do it better next time? Embrace failure as an opportunity for growth. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. 2. Take calculated risks. The fear of uncertainty can be overwhelming, but taking calculated risks is essential for growth. If you want to make the leap from good to great, you have to be comfortable with discomfort. Look at uncertainty not as a barrier, but as an opportunity to innovate and explore new paths. The key is to assess risk, not avoid it. Do your research, understand the potential upsides and downsides, and then take action with confidence. It's not about blind risk-taking, it's about intelligent, informed decision-making. The companies that made the leap to greatness did so by taking calculated risks that paid off in the long run. 3. Fight imposter syndrome with action. Imposter syndrome can be overwhelming, but it's important to remember that confidence comes through action. You don't have to have all the answers or be perfect right away. As you continue to take action and make decisions, you'll build your confidence and trust in your abilities. Focus on leading with purpose, not perfection. Every step you take toward your vision reinforces your capability. Start by acknowledging your value. You're in the position you're in for a reason. Don't let self-doubt stop you from making the big decisions that can lead to greatness. 4. Push through complacency. If complacency is an obstacle for you, remember that greatness requires continuous effort. Success is not a destination, it's a journey. You must constantly ask yourself, how can I improve? How can I innovate? How can I make my product, service, or leadership better than it is today? The companies that made the leap to greatness didn't stop when things were going well. They pushed for continuous improvement, even when it seemed unnecessary. Don't fall into the trap of good enough. Strive for greatness every single day, even when things are going well. 5. Develop a long-term mindset. A critical element of overcoming these obstacles is developing a long-term mindset. In the pursuit of greatness, you can't be solely focused on immediate rewards. Achieving greatness is about focusing on what's sustainable, what will carry you through the next 5, 10, or even 20 years. By thinking long-term, you'll be better equipped to overcome the temporary setbacks and uncertainties that inevitably arise. As you face obstacles, remind yourself that success isn't immediate. It's about building something that lasts. By focusing on long-term sustainability, you'll have the patience and perseverance to push through challenges and continue moving forward toward greatness. Final thoughts on overcoming obstacles. Moving from good to great isn't easy. It requires confronting your fears, challenging misconceptions, and overcoming the obstacles that inevitably arise. However, if you can embrace failure, take calculated risks, fight imposter syndrome, push through complacency, and adopt a long-term mindset, you'll have the tools to succeed. Remember, overcoming obstacles is part of the process. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow, learn, and adapt. The companies that made the leap from good to great didn't shy away from difficulty. They faced it head-on, learned from it, and used it to fuel their journey. The path to greatness is not a straight line. It's filled with obstacles, setbacks, and fears, but it's also filled with lessons, growth, and the potential for extraordinary success. Keep moving forward. You have everything it takes to make the leap from good to great. Certainly. Here is Section 5. Key principle number 4. Long-term wealth building, approximately 1,200 to 1,500 words. Without the summary of key points, Section 5. Key principle number 4. Long-term wealth building. Wealth isn't about quick wins or overnight success. The process of going from good to great, whether that's in business, personal finances, or other areas of life, requires a commitment to long-term success. Collins emphasizes in Good to Great that the companies that made the leap weren't just focused on short-term profits. They were committed to creating systems that could sustain long-term growth. The importance of consistency. One of the most important principles in long-term wealth building is consistency. It's easy to be drawn to stories of instant wealth and rapid success. While rapid wealth is certainly possible, it's not sustainable unless built on a foundation of consistency. Short bursts of success can be exciting, but they rarely last without continuous effort and strategic planning. Collins's research into the companies that made the leap from good to great revealed a crucial insight. These companies were committed to consistency in everything they did. Their leaders made deliberate, long-term decisions that would lead to success years down the road. They understood that slow, steady progress was the key to building something that would last. The most successful wealth-building strategies aren't about gambling with your money or taking extreme risks hoping for a quick return. Instead, they involve building systems and processes that keep working for you, even when you're not actively involved. This applies to everything from investing to business operations. The fast lane is not about quick get-rich schemes. Let's get something straight. Wealth building doesn't happen overnight. The fast lane is not a shortcut to instant wealth. It's about building scalable systems that generate income over time, even when you're not actively working. This principle applies to both personal wealth and business success. It's about creating value that continues to grow, even if you step away for a while. Take Warren Buffett as an example. He didn't get rich by betting on get-rich-quick schemes or making short-term trades. Instead, he built a portfolio of investments in strong, sustainable businesses. Over time, these investments grew and compounded, generating massive wealth. Buffett understood that long-term consistency would lead to far greater rewards than trying to get rich quickly. Businesses that go from good to great also embrace the concept of scalability. They build systems that don't require more time or effort to produce more revenue. This could involve creating processes that streamline operations, automating tasks that don't require constant attention, or developing products that generate income passively. In both investing and business, the key is to focus on sustainability rather than chasing rapid, fleeting gains. Consistency in building wealth leads to long-term security. Tips for sustainability and wealth building. Now that we've covered the importance of consistency, let's dive into practical strategies for maintaining and growing wealth over the long term. While the journey may seem challenging at times, the steps you take today will lay the groundwork for your future success. 1. Reinvest profits. The first tip for building long-term wealth is to reinvest your profits. Reinvesting means putting the money you earn back into your business or investments to generate even more returns. This is one of the most effective ways to grow wealth consistently over time. For example, in business, rather than taking all profits out of the company, use some of that money to reinvest in product development, marketing, or hiring top talent. By reinvesting, you can increase the value of your business, create new revenue streams, and scale faster. The same principle applies to personal investments. Reinvesting the dividends from stocks, for example, can compound your wealth and grow your portfolio significantly over time. Reinvestment is not just about growing your business or wealth in the short term. It's about creating momentum that compounds over time. When you reinvest, you build on what you've already earned, accelerating the growth process without having to add more effort. 2. Diversify your income sources. Another critical strategy for long-term wealth building is diversifying your income sources. If you rely on just one stream of income, whether it's a job, business, or investment, you're putting yourself at risk. What happens if that income stream dries up? How will you adapt? Diversification is essential for mitigating risk and ensuring that you have multiple ways to earn and grow wealth. In the business world, this means creating multiple products or services, expanding into new markets, or establishing recurring revenue streams that depend on constant active work. For investors, diversification means spreading your money across different asset classes, such as stocks, bonds, real estate, and even emerging markets, to reduce exposure to one particular sector. By diversifying, you create a stable foundation that can withstand economic downturns or business challenges. If one source of income takes a hit, you'll have others to fall back on. Diversification also allows you to capture growth from multiple sources, which increases the likelihood of financial success in the long run. Continually learn and evolve. To build wealth and keep it growing over time, learning and evolving is key. The business world and investment landscape are constantly changing, and staying stagnant is a recipe for failure. Companies that make the leap to greatness are those that continually seek knowledge, adapt to new trends, and innovate to stay ahead of the curve. As an entrepreneur or investor, it's essential to stay informed about new technologies, strategies, and market shifts. This means constantly educating yourself, whether it's through books, seminars, podcasts, or industry events. Successful entrepreneurs are always learning, even if they have already reached the top. They understand that innovation never stops. One great example of a company that embodies continuous learning is Amazon. Amazon started as an online bookstore, but over time, it diversified into cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and logistics. Amazon has remained relevant because it has constantly adapted to the market, continuously innovated, and embraced new technologies to stay ahead of competitors. 4. Automate and delegate. If you want long-term success, it's crucial to automate and delegate. As you grow your business or wealth, you'll quickly realize that doing everything yourself isn't sustainable. Building systems that allow you to automate repetitive tasks and delegate work to others can free up your time for more important strategic decisions. In business, this could mean automating aspects of your sales process, customer service, or even product delivery. Using software tools to handle tasks like billing, email marketing, and inventory management can save you hours of work each week. In investments, automating your savings or setting up automatic contributions to your portfolio ensures that wealth building becomes a routine part of your life. Delegating also involves hiring the right people to take on key roles, from employees to advisors, so you can focus on the strategic vision of your business or investments. The less time you spend on day-to-day operations, the more time you'll have to grow your wealth and focus on long-term goals. 5. Maintain discipline and patience. Finally, discipline and patience are crucial for building and maintaining long-term wealth. It's easy to get distracted by the fast-paced world we live in, to chase quick profits, jump into trends, or follow the latest get-rich-quick scheme. But the truth is, lasting wealth comes from making smart decisions, sticking to your strategy, and waiting for the results to compound over time. Building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. Whether you're building a business, investing in real estate, or putting money into stocks, you need to maintain discipline. Stick to your long-term plan, reinvest your profits, and stay patient. Over time, the compound effect will lead to substantial growth. Building long-term wealth requires a mindset that's focused on sustainability and consistent growth. The companies that made the leap from good to great did so by focusing on steady long-term progress rather than chasing quick, short-term wins. They built systems that continued to generate results, even when they weren't actively working. By reinvesting profits, diversifying income streams, Continually learning and maintaining patience, you can create wealth that lasts. Remember, financial freedom doesn't come from luck or chance. It comes from making smart, consistent decisions over time and adapting to new opportunities as they arise. Whether you're an entrepreneur or an investor, the key to long-term success is staying disciplined, patient, and committed to building something that will continue to grow for years to come. To recap, the principles we've discussed today are not just theoretical ideas. They are practical steps that can genuinely transform your business or personal wealth journey. We've explored how Level 5 leadership, getting the right people on the bus, overcoming obstacles, and focusing on long-term sustainable growth are critical elements for making the leap from good to great. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's about making strategic decisions, staying committed to your vision, and constantly refining your approach. If you want to go from good to great, the key is to apply these principles consistently. Start with strong leadership. Surround yourself with the right people, embrace failure as part of the process, and focus on building a sustainable wealth system. These steps are your pathway to greatness. As Jim Collins shows us, the companies that achieve greatness are the ones who consistently apply these principles over time. They don't just aim for short-term success. They are focused on long-term growth, learning, and continuous improvement. That's the mindset you need to adopt. Now, I want to challenge you. The choice is yours. You can continue to play it safe, staying in the slow lane, and hoping things will get better. Or you can take action today and start building your own path to greatness. Take what you've learned and start applying it. Because the sooner you start, the sooner you'll see the results. You have the power to create long-term success. It's time to stop waiting and take that first step toward your goals. But remember, success isn't a destination. It's a journey. You're building something that lasts, so stay patient and keep moving forward. Call to action. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these principles do you think will have the biggest impact on your journey to success? How are you going to apply them in your life, whether in business or personal wealth? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and any challenges you're facing. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips on how to accelerate your wealth building journey. Share this video with anyone you know who might benefit from these insights. And make sure to hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next step in your journey toward greatness. It's time to take control and make the leap from good to great. Thanks for watching. I hope this video has inspired you to take action and apply these powerful principles to your life. Stay tuned for more content that will help you build long-term wealth, create sustainable businesses, and master the art of greatness. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll never miss a new video packed with insights and strategies to accelerate your success. Remember, the road to greatness is within your reach and it starts today. Keep pushing forward and I'll see you in the next video.